Parliament is getting adjourned within minutes of being summoned. I mean to say, शोर शराबा तो विपक्ष कर भी रहा है, पर जो पक्ष है वो भी चलाने की इच्छा शक्ति नहीं दिखा रहा है, फट से adjourn कर रहा है. Why is this happening, Brijesh?
See, basically it is war of narrative, and no side want to lose this war of narrative. The opposition wants to the narrative which should go out is that they are very serious about what is happening in Manipur. Rahul Gandhi has visited the place. All the opposition leaders wanted to go and visit Manipur, but they were denied this thing. So they want this discussion to happen in the parliament. What they are saying is that the only reference which the Prime Minister made, I beg your pardon, made was outside the parliament and not inside the parliament. And they said that the first thing they would want is a debate to start on this issue, and the first statement has to come from nobody other than the Prime Minister. And this is the reason why they are saying that until and unless that happens, we are not going to allow the House to function. The ruling dispensation says that they are ready for any kind of debate. They are saying, you want debate, we will debate. And Home Minister is ready to lead the debate. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh made a statement where they are saying that since opposition only wants to score a brownie points over the issue of Manipur, that is the reason why they are not allowing the House to function. So basically it is war of word, and now the government has started saying that it is not only in Manipur that women are subjected such a ordeal. It is also in the state of Rajasthan, state of Bengal, the opposition ruled states, where women are subjected to equal kind of brutality, but it is not being talked about opposition. So it is war, it is narrative versus narrative war which is going on in the parliament, and going by tone and tenor of the opposition leaders, it is highly unlikely that we will see any kind of functioning in this week also, Karthike, if I may say so.
Rohan, coming to you, there is another aspect, apart from, I know you would like to respond to Mr. Misao. Maliwal is there. She said in her bite, and I'll play that bite again. I want that Maliwal bite to be played again. How do you record the stories of sexual assault survivors when state is saying that, it is finding difficult to allow protection? I mean to say, after a point of time, shame descends, the perceived sense of shame, and victims don't come out. How do you get them to come out to record the assaults? I think that's the first step towards justice, which is memory. Any sociologist would say the first thing which people do is to preserve the memory. Even in World War II, the Krakow and the Auschwitz, the memories of persecution have been preserved, lest people forget. Such heinous crime has taken place in Manipur against women. I was just thinking over the weekend when we were doing a program with Brijesh, who protects and preserves those memory? There has to be a record of that some evil happened. Rohan.
Yeah.
Before that, let me play out the bite of Maliwal's bite. Let me play that DCW bite. She heads Delhi Commission.
मणिपुर पिछले 3 महीनों से जल रहा है. मणिपुर से जिस तरीके के सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट के केसेस सामने आ रहे हैं वो बहुत ही ज्यादा डराने वाले हैं. ऐसे में मैंने मणिपुर सरकार को पत्र लिखकर ये रिक्वेस्ट की थी कि मैं मणिपुर आना चाहती हूँ और वहाँ पर जो सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट की सर्वाइवर्स हैं उनसे मिलना चाहती हूँ और उनकी मदद करना चाहती हूँ. तो पहले तो मणिपुर सरकार ने मुझे बोला कि आ जाइए. फिर सडनली उनका मेरे पास एक पत्र आया जिसमें उन्होंने मुझे कहा है कि मुझे अपनी विजिट पोस्टपोन करने का उन्होंने सुझाव दिया है क्योंकि वहाँ पे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम है. तो मणिपुर में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम है, इसीलिए तो मैं मणिपुर जाना चाहती हूँ और वहाँ जितनी सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट सर्वाइवर्स हैं उनसे मैं मिलकर उनकी मदद करना चाहती हूँ. मुख्यमंत्री जी मणिपुर के खुद कह रहे हैं कि ऐसे कई 100 केसेस हुए हैं. तो उन सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट सर्वाइवर्स तक सरकार पहुँच पाई है या नहीं, उन तक कोई रिलीफ पहुँचा है या नहीं, वो किस तरीके के डर में जी रही हैं, वो उन तक काउंसलिंग पहुँची है, लीगल एड पहुँची है, कॉम्पनसेशन पहुँची है, कोई धमकियाँ तो नहीं मिल रही. ये सारी चीज़ों का जायजा लेने और उनकी मदद करने मैं वहां जाना चाहती हूँ. तो मणिपुर सरकार का जो सुझाव है कि मैं अपने डिसीजन को रिकंसिडर करूं, उसके बारे में मैंने काफी सोचा और मैंने ये निर्णय लिया है कि मैं मणिपुर जा रही हूँ. मैं मणिपुर मुख्यमंत्री को ये पत्र लिख के बता भी रही हूँ और उनसे अपील कर रही हूँ कि मुझे रोकने की कोशिश ना की जाए, मेरी मदद की जाए, ऑफिसर्स से बात की जाए और मेरी विजिट रिलीफ कैंप्स में और जहाँ पे भी ये लड़कियां हैं वहां तक करवाई जाए जिससे कि हम उन तक पहुंचे और उनकी मदद कर सकें. साथ ही दिल्ली में काफ़ी सारी मणिपुर की लड़कियां भागकर वहां से आई हैं क्योंकि उनके साथ वायलेंस हुई है। उनके साथ मेरी काफ़ी लंबी मीटिंग हुई है, उनकी भी बातें हैं जो मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी से बात करना चाहती हूँ, इसीलिए मैंने उनसे समय भी मांगा है मिलने का।
वीडियो वायरल अमा ओरपा अखोगी इसन इसेसिंग खरा नेकेट तौरगा लंबीदा पुबा खोरपदो मदु याम साथीना अखोइना हक्सिन लवे अदु ngasi मदुगी अगेंस्ट द कोई स्टेट वाइड कंडेमनेशन अमा कोई एमएलए मिनिस्टर्स कोई मयाम कोई पुनमकी केंद्र खुदिमाता कोई तहन बने मरमदि अमोना सुगुम्बा इसन इचारसिंगी मायोक्ता नतबा अदुगा यांगैदबा मियंग यंगदबा अदुगा इसन इचारसिंग पियांगांसिंगबो इकाई खुमनबा मोइगी पुंसीदा टेंसिंगनबिदबा हाइबा पांदमदो दैखोय स्टेट वाइड ओइना तौबनी सिंगदसु तौरी अदुगा सि अखोय ngasi आइगी केंद्रदसु आइगी केंद्रगी प्रजा मयामसिंगा पुन्ना सुगुम्बा पोसि खामिना होबा तुंग कोइने मिरोलगी दमदा दरकार लेरे खलगा लागबे.
So you heard Maliwal speak, you heard the Chief Minister speak. Rohan, your response, how do you account for victims' memory? I don't think it can be stopped now. There has to be a commission, there has to be a committee that should go where the Meitei areas, Kuki areas and meet women survivors and account. That's the first step towards justice. जस्टिस क्या मिलेगा जब पता नहीं होगा क्या हुआ?
Yeah. Kartik ji, first of all, I really don't justify any of the acts, which it might be Meiteis, which it might be any communities, in regards of any kind of violence that is regarding children or the women's. I was also one of the activists who was really fighting on this cause on violence against the women for a very long time. And even my mom itself is also a victim of this thing because my father was an alcoholic and a drug user, and she has also faced enough. So I would really come up with this fact that first of all, I being a human being, being a Manipuri, being a Indian, and being a human being, first of all, I really condemn this mob justice or any kind of violence against a woman, and I will never justify things, first of all. And there has been so many agendas coming up to me that how come you're justifying all these things. I will never justify this. Secondly, I would also request the Delhi Commission, the chairman of the Delhi Commission woman, to go for both the sides, not just the Kuki side, also for Meitei side, because I believe, as per as my resources that I have in Manipur, there are also hundreds, I would say, of the Meiteis whose Meitei women whose stories are untold from their side of the story because they didn't get any platform or their side of the story was not covered. So I feel like it will be always good when we go for both sides of the story. More power to the to the lady to the chairman who is going there, chairwoman who is going there to collect the data. And also it's a very condemnable act. Not just because I'm a Meitei, I will justify it. I won't do it. And secondly, I'll just add one point which I was planning to present to you about the 13,000 people of the record that you have put up. I just got one data from one church member of Churchanpur from the Marveng EFCI church. Please note this down properly. From the Marveng EFCI church, that on 11th of July 2023, the church and all the houses inside the campus was evacuated, and there was a presence of very large, huge number of refugees who are coming in this campus. This is in Sisipur. So I also feel that something is always fishy going on here, and this was reported by the church member on the campus itself. I don't know if he or she is present here in the campus, but it was already quoted properly with all the facts, term, the church name. his the name of the church member is also with me right now. But for for the safety sake, like they have told not to disclose the name, but they have already given even the dates, how the procedure was going on. It was all refugees who were coming and settling in the campus of the EFCI Marveng itself. So this is also a complaint coming up, and I don't know how our my co-speaker Ms. Auji will justify on this fact. And again and again, I'm telling you from the core of my heart that I prayed like such event might not come up in future about the violence on women. But I also have heard from the resource that there are already hundreds and hundred number of videos from both the sides, from the Kukis also, from the Meiteis also. And for the betterment of the sake of peace, I believe like the weightage of this video would create another havocs rather than adding fuels on both the sides. So Kokomi is also claim upcoming that there are hundreds of videos in them for the Meitei victims also, and but for the betterment and for the sake of peace, they have made that video not public into their own gallery, so that when any kind of I don't know how why Misao is smiling when I'm telling this, but I believe there is already like videos from both the sides. It's not just one side, and there is also one circulation of media going on that an 80-year-old lady. I'm not speaking by emotion. An 80-year-old lady from Sugnu, Serau, was burned down inside a mandir, and her husband was a freedom fighter who was felicitated by the then President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam. And this circulation has also come up in many of the national news already. And what I'm trying to tell you is that it's not just one side who is suffering. It is always both the side, and victims are always from both the side. When you go for one story of victim story from one side, there will be always one victim story from the another side. So let's wait for the time.
So, to get into for more details about the arrest that has happened, I would say that this Manipur story is evolving from one phase to another. And in News9 Media Verse, in my show To The Point, the whole attempt is to explore the gamut of stories. We are trying to explore what is happening in Delhi, impact of Manipur in various parts of India, Northeast, and how it is affecting various communities, because there's also a Manipuri diaspora. So in To The Point today, our attempt will be to show what is happening in Manipur in context of today, tomorrow, but in also the subtext of it, because every story has a context, it has a text, and then you have to derive meaning from it. Before I take you to my guests and rephrase certain issues, let's see what happened in Parliament today. We expected Parliament to function, but the Parliament did not function. What happened was that everyone was outside the Parliament. Now, it can be debated ad nauseum whether it was the strong stand taken by opposition or reticence on part of the government not to allow debate in certain sections. But the fact is that the Parliament did not function. The fact is that the debate has not taken place. The fact is that the Home Minister, though ready, has not spoken. The fact is opposition wants Prime Minister to speak, and there is no message or indication whether he would speak. So what is happening is, there is nothing in record on the floor of the House, because what the government will say, it has to stand by it. That is why you force the government to say things on the record, because it's a privilege if certain things are misquoted. Let us play out those visuals. Let me take you there first.
But on the door of the Parliament, you speak. Therefore, we are requesting the chairman of Rajya Sabha and also Speaker Lok Sabha that he should come in the House and make a statement that what is the real situation in Manipur. और क्या चल रहा है हम दुनिया को बता देंगे यहाँ सदन के ओर से, लेकिन प्राइम मिनिस्टर अंदर नहीं आ रहे, ऑफिस में बैठते हैं, सुनते हैं। और आज एक नई बात मुझे हमारे डिफेंस मिनिस्टर ने भी मुझे भी फोन किया था, सभी अपोजिशन लीडर को, बालू साहब को किया था, बंडोपाध्याय जी को किया था और हमारे सभी दोस्तों को भी किया था। लेकिन हम उनको यही बोले, भाई क्या होने वाले हैं। प्राइम मिनिस्टर आकर अंदर अगर स्टेटमेंट करे, उस स्टेटमेंट में हम पूरे लोग बहस करेंगे और बहस करने के बाद जो भी फैसला होगा देखेंगे। और 267 ये महत्व का है, क्योंकि 267 में 1 घंटा, 2 घंटे, 4 घंटे, आधा दिन, 1 दिन भी बहस चल सकता है। और उस बहस में जो भी निकल के आएगा उसके वोटिंग भी कर सकते हैं। वोटिंग करते, वी कैन वोट ऑन दैट ऑल्सो, बट दे डोंट वांट दैट। One says half an hour discussion, another says short duration discussion. The problem is not going to solve with your discussion. First you tell you are representing 140 crores people. Why you are not coming in the house and telling the truth? ये हम पूछना चाहते हैं। लेकिन ये जो गलती कर रहे हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर, आप देखिए, मैंने भी छानबीन के कहा, मुझे भी मालूम है जब सेशन चलता है, नो चीफ मिनिस्टर, नो प्राइम मिनिस्टर मेक ए स्टेटमेंट आउटसाइड द पार्लियामेंट। So this is the first time he is doing it, and as per even tradition, precedents, that he should come and tell. Therefore, we are again demanding, we are going in the house, both houses, we will demand that Prime Minister come and make a statement. That is our demand. Thank you very much. You put your statement outside.
So these are the shots which were recorded in Parliament. Because the House is not functioning, the MPs are outside the premise of Parliament. You expect this to happen now this week, or you think there'll be a resolution by end of the week?
I don't see that happening, because the opposition also has realized that this is one issue on which they can embarrass the government. These visuals which we just aired, Kartike, they are a symbol of the fact that both sides have dug their trenches. Nobody wants to cross over. There is a protest outside the famous Gandhi statue inside the parliament, and you can see Abhishek Banerjee, you can see Balu, you can see Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge speaking. So the opposition unity as we speak has still now been very, very firm as far as the issue of Manipur is concerned. And going by the way the parliament functioned on Thursday, Friday, it looks highly unlikely that that we are going to witness any business whatsoever in this week as well, because the government has also made its side very clear, and they also upped the ante when they also protested against the law and order situation, especially the treatment meted out to women in the state of Rajasthan. So basically now it is going to be Manipur versus Rajasthan, Manipur versus West Bengal, and Manipur versus other opposition ruled states.